J- J-
Sea of Thieves? A dusty trip? Even maybe 99 nights in the forest? No, it's Voyagers, a game where you set sail into the sea for a voyage and escape of all the little green beans that have been all over Roblox. The damn event ended, so stop wearing it. Anyway, in this game, you get to embark on a trip with this nice-ass ship that looks kinda familiar to something else. Not that I would know since I haven't played that game at all, but it's up to you and maybe other people to explore the entire sea, venture on islands, and maybe get harassed on the way by many creatures and entities. Definitely undeserved. So, we're not starting off with just scraps and dust on this big ass ship. We actually got tools ready and set for us, which is awesome sauce. What's not so awesome sauce though, only a single player can use a certain item, which means each item isn't obtained client-sided. So you folks are gonna have to share the items that you already have on deck, or potentially find new tools on any surrounding islands, except probably a fishing rod, which is arguably the most important gadget in the entire game. And as the description states, whoever holds the fishing rod basically controls the fate of everybody on the entire ship. I'll tell you why in a bit, but I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. But along with all the tools and stuff, we also get a few compasses we could use to our advantage, one being labeled merchant and the other just being total question marks. And really the question marks compass is all we really should care about right now. So without further ado, gotta raise that anchor, get this bad boy to sail. Now you could play this game in any way you want practically, either going straight to the unknown island, making a few stops here and there, or exploring the entirety of everything. It's all honestly just up to you, as really one of the big things standing between you and the end is probably your hunger bar. It's just like Minecraft in the essence of if you keep your hunger bar up, you should be able to heal. But I guess it's also kind of better in a certain aspect of Minecraft because you don't really need the fully maxed out hunger bar to actually heal. But like, fish is your only source of food in this game, by the way. And where does that come from? The fishing rod, of course. So by now, you probably should have spotted an island, and upon docking successfully, and maybe not crashing into it like some people. Yo!
You're an idiot. You know
What
that?
are you doing?
Go.
You should be able to walk free onto these islands, hopefully finding some delectable treasure and riches so you can maybe sell it to a merchant in exchange for things like guns and other stuff. You can find things like muskets, ruby, gold, swords, and things alike, along with some zombies. You thought this adventure was just gonna be you and the sea. No, buddy. You're getting cock-blocked by a lot of things, and these people are just one of them. A majority of the time, it's also not just gonna be one zombie pirate guy, it's gonna be an entire horde. And hopefully you're prepared and you don't have your back against the wall blushing like a tsundere, because if you did, you'd probably be dead in an instant. So I'd say a good way to deal with them is to probably use their damn weapons, or just lay them off the island to drown in the depths. It's a good strat. And remember, they're just zombies, so they're about just as brainless as the people who play Danny's World. I'm joking, by the way. So, congrats. You successfully made it off your first island, but... Hold on, guys. You hear that? Somebody's out to play. We should all play together.
I can't.
What's that?
What? What's your invisible guy right there?
Oh, hell no!
Come here! So Nathan, there's a...
Yo, turn the music off, man. Deal with this. Can we slap him? We just look up in the air. Get these people called the Fogborns. These dark ghostly figures that come out to attack your ship whenever they feel like it, apparently. As these entities come down from the sky, you have no other choice but to end them, since it blocks your ship from going anywhere. Make sure you stock up on some fish, because you're probably guaranteed to take some hits if you don't have any sort of ranged weapons. But even then, they still somehow manage to bite you in the ass. Hold on. Trust me on this though. They aren't that bad to fight. You got it. So after a few waves or so about fighting them, you should be all good to go. Well, not really, because realistically you're gonna have to fend them off about 6 to 7 times in the entire playthrough. Good luck to you, people. So after a bit more dilly-dallying here and there, arguing about the fishing rod, getting stuck in a damn ship,
I'm actually inside the hoop, man. That is actually insane. Should we lower anchor?
you get inside,
I'm not
man.
under. Hey, what's good?
You probably should have made it to the question mark area by now. And if you haven't, well, you will eventually, so don't sweat your nuts off about it. So once you set foot onto this land, just enter the definitely not creepy looking cave entrance, and you should get yourself some new items. Most importantly, this new compass. It's called the Curse Compass, and it leads you to another location with question marks. Hopefully nowhere dangerous and cursed like the name states. Am I right, lads? Me personally, I think it's just best to prepare for whatever the hell's gonna happen, so why not relax with some tunes?
Geek.
Yeah.
Nerd. Yes,
Oh shit, hold on.
nerd.
Oh no, bugwalk.
Gluteus.
Gluteus.
Cerebral cortex to my gluteus. From my cerebral cortex to my gluteus. Huh? Oh, looky here, guys. We made it. This place has a seemingly weird place and funky structure with a suspicious pedestal on it. Alongside it, though, there seems to be some purple conch that our fisherman Decky picked up, and it looks like he knows what to do with it. Yo!
I may have accidentally hit it thinking that it was a fish.
Hey, why'd you do that?
Whoa,
Don't worry,
it's a
man.
kraken.
Very smart move. So with no other choice, we're forced by our hands to get rid of this tentacle beast. As we dive into the water to tackle this brute head on, we realize that it's actually a pretty simple boss fight. That was until these guys came back, and unfortunately, our fisherman had bitten the dust. Our fisherman had bitten the dust.
Fuck you, man.
Me! His great sacrifice was in vain. After a few more slashing and slicing, we successfully managed to win, leaving the Kraken fall to his demise. But as we make it back to the ship with salt water occupied in our lungs, God himself gives us a little knock. Yo, what's that?
I got 200.
Do we make
I
it
got
to heaven or
100.
something? What's this?
What is this beam? Are we gods?
I think we got it.
Are we fighting the Pokemon gods?
Oh no. And curiosity killed the cat, but never the guys who argued over fish. So with literally nothing else in sight, we ventured on into the light ray, and that's the end of this story. My ass ain't ever ending up in Davy Jones' locker. So yeah, that's Voyagers. If you ever want to go on a sailing trip with your friends, this game is definitely for you. It's a pretty enjoyable experience in my book, although maybe a little bit too short, along with it being kind of a slow burner as well. Think of it like a dusty trip, but I guess much less chaotic and less linear, if that makes sense. In truth, this is one of the most relaxing, quote-unquote, dusty trip games that I've played. I mean, you could play solo, put some sort of album on, and you could have a pretty fun time. And by the way, the game is also kind of pretty. The graphics are great, and the waves actually look pretty nice. It was a cool backdrop, as I just had enjoyable moments on the ship, you know, just arguing about who should get the fish and stuff like that. And yeah, I did have quite a few near-death moments, but it's fine. Although there's quite a bit of moments in this game where it kinda does feel dull, which is okay by me because I don't want a billion things happening in my face every damn second. But like, there's two little events that go on throughout the entire game. The only ones I'm able to name are the Thunders and the Fogborn people. I feel like there should be some more events, which I am glad to see that they picked up on, since it's an event that'll go off probably by the time this video gets released. And that does look pretty promising if you ask me. Another thing I feel like they should add is definitely much more enemy types. So far, all we got are the zombie pirates and the fogborn, and I guess the kraken if that counts as well. Just seeing much more enemy types would definitely add a lot more everything to this game, and potentially, they should probably add mini bosses, but none to the extent of that Dusty Trip Highland shit, please. One more thing I like to add is that I wish there were more parts of the ship that we had to manage if it happened to break down. If you didn't know, the only thing we could fix would be the bottom walls of the exterior if we ever crashed. And also, there was a time in one of our playthroughs my guy got stuck inside the boat and had no other choice to reset. Luckily, he got a revive token from, I don't know. So I guess you could say this game still has some bugs that they should probably work on, but of course, we gotta give the devs some time since the game just officially released a few days ago, I believe. So yeah, the game's evolving. And just so you know, me and my friends actually enjoyed our time with this game for the time being. Also, there's been major comparisons between this game and Sea of Thieves. And yeah, I guess you can make that claim, but as I've never personally played Sea of Thieves, I can't say that for myself. As for my friend Duong though, who has played Sea of Thieves and has had his fair share of time with the game, he thinks they're completely separate games with different ideas as he rambled on about an overcooked banana.
We stop at the island to sell some stuff, right?
Yeah.
To go back to the ship, right? Because we're about to get ready to leave. I go to the docks. Ship isn't there, right? I was
Yes,
like, huh, that's strange. Why is the ship isn't there? I lowered the anchor and everything. I was like, I look to my right? Far, far away, I see a ship. Our ship. Floating away, burning.
So you're saying you just abandoned your ship and let it burn.
I was like, how the hell did our ship burn and went away? Was like, oh, I accidentally unlowered the ship. All right, I was like, okay, you're stupid, you're a fucking idiot. But why is it burning? He said, I left an overcooked banana in the furnace.
So believe whatever your heart tells you to believe in. I mean, by the looks of it, they get pretty inspired, and By the way, I think taking inspiration from many sorts of media is alright, as long as the eventual concept turns out to be still an enjoyable experience, along with it being a fresh experience. And to me, this game is definitely that. I hope that as the game goes on and more updates are added, this game is going to branch out into its own origin. This game is going to branch out way more into its own originality and make itself much more unique and interesting. People are brash to claim new games as copies of one another, but in truth, every sort of new media has taken inspiration from the past, albeit some more than others. Does it matter? From a consumer's perspective, not really. If game fun, me have fun, right? But in totality, Voyagers is looking to be an interesting game that, I'm actually looking forward to in the future. So devs, if you somehow found this video, I wish for you all to keep going and please don't sell their game off. You've seen things that have been happening to Blue Lock Rivals, Fish, etc. Although Fish did kind of escape, so that's nice. But let's think about players' widespread entertainment before some cash. But yeah, with that being said, hope you all aren't suffering in school yet, and see ya fellas.